Okay, and we're on. So today, thanks Jorgen for being here.
Yeah.
We are gonna go through an entire workflow, like how I would create visuals from a client from scratch, essentially. The usual steps I take, which might be more or less in that order. So I'll talk about that. But essentially, like all the steps I would take to go from a client brief to deliverables, right? So let's start with the client brief. So this is a mock client. It's not a real client, but as part of the training, the video training that I'm doing, if you saw, I chose the niche DTC beard brands, right? So these are brands that sell essentially like a um, beard care oils and beard care soap, wash bar and something. So it's for
hmm
people who have very nice beards that want to take care of them. And so let's say this is the client, and the client has given me this brief. Okay, so he needs some lifestyle image to market his Stay Bearded line of products, which is here. So let's go to the beard care products, and you see he has a bunch of products. So the first one is a butter, okay?
hmm
So to nourish and soften the beard. And then he has some oil as well, okay? So that's pretty classic in this space. And then he has some wax as well, okay? So that's the usual kind of beard care products you will find, okay? So we'll need to pick a product from here. So I'll have a look in a second. And also, since this is a mock client, like I don't have a really a creative direction. Like most clients will tell you, I want it to look like this, right? They have seen like a brand out there that they like, or they found some imagery online. So most of the time, the client will tell you how they want it to look. Um, but in that case, because it's a mock client, I'm thinking to go towards the bikers aesthetic. Okay, because when I looked at their testimonial, I saw this one. This is the best product ever for your beard. I ride a Harley Davidson, and this keeps my beard in check while I'm out enjoying the wind. Okay, so this could make for a great campaign in itself, like with the Harley Davidsons, the biking, the beard, the whole spirit of it.
hmm
So I'm gonna choose that angle. So kind of like Harley Davidson riding a bike and using beard oil or beard butter to keep the beard in check. Okay, so that's my brief. Let's say the client wants free lifestyle images, free visuals, and that's essentially what you will get from most clients. Like again, in most cases they will give you a target visual, and we're gonna go and find one right now. But in a lot of cases it's very vague. It's like this, it's like just a few words here and there. It's not very clear. Most clients don't know how to write a brief properly, so this is kind of what we have to work with most of the time. So I'm going to start by writing down the deliverables. So what this means, it's taking the client brief and turning it into bullet points that I can easily refer to, and that will make my life easier, right? Because when I see like a big paragraph like this, to me it's very hard to process, right? So I need to write down like what's the end deliverables that the client wants. So here I can say it's free lifestyle visuals. Okay, I'm gonna do like a hero, a kind of a hero shot, like a main shot, then a detailed shot. So that's usually like a zoom on the product, um, or like a product shot, and then I'm gonna do so hero lifestyle shot. So this will be like the person putting the beard butter on their beard. The product shot is gonna be just the product. And let me see what else could we do here. Because here it's mostly product shots. So I'll do another lifestyle shot. Okay. So two lifestyle shots. So maybe one would be like a close up and one would be like a mid shot, right?
But it would be all with the Harley Davidson riding a bike style,
Yeah,
or
it would be that moment. Like I'm gonna choose that moment specifically because this is more to do with creative strategy, and this is something I teach like later in the program. It's the second step. It's kind of where you go beyond just creating images, but creating a creative strategy that will resonate with the ICP of the client, right?
yeah,
And one of the tools we use for that is market research, competitive analysis. So, good old school marketing. And essentially, like what I did here is a mini market research. I would go a lot deeper into finding like who are the clients, what do they use beard oil for, like at what point they use them, how do the competitors market themselves, what are what is the positioning of this particular brand, what is their competitive advantage, and then essentially you get into a creative strategy where you can define, okay, I'm not going to do a shot where the guy is in front of his mirror putting beard oil, but I'm going to do a whole campaign around being on the road 66, whatever, right? And that's more like
mhm,
creative strategy, um, which we won't get into today because that's kind of beyond this training. But essentially, this is a creative strategic choice we made to go with the biker stuff. Okay.
yes,
So lifestyle visual. So then I'm gonna write biker, Harley Davidson, on the road, proud, proud beard. You know, proud of his beard. Okay, takes care of his beard. And for the product, so let's choose a product here. So what I'm not sure of is what are the different products, because I have no idea about beard care. So we're just gonna have to pick one. So we have oil, we have butter, and we have wax. Like the beard oil is the one I most often see. So I think we could go with that. I think we can go with that, although, yeah, the image quality is really bad. Like this is something that is essentially unusable for us,
not readable.
not readable.
Uh,
So yeah, I couldn't use that, but this is a good example. So let's say the client gave us that image. I would open it in a new tab and say he wants a visual out of this. So the rule of thumb, and this comes to product preparation, but this it's too far gone. We can't even use it as is. The rule of thumb is that if you can't read what's written on the label, the AI is not going to be able to read it, right?
mhm,
So
yeah,
in that case, like I would ask the client, can you take another picture with your phone with better light, like natural light, even take it outside so that we can read what's on the label, right? So that's what I would do for this one. So let's find another product we could use. Yeah, this is fine. This is more than fine. Okay, so we'll use this product. So I'll put it here in my document. I'll put the name. And I'll keep the URL as well. Okay, and this is essentially my deliverables, right? So now I know roughly what I'm doing, and I'm not looking at a big block of text, which is for me, it's very hard to comprehend. Like to me, it's much more easier to read. Okay, I need to produce 3 lifestyle visuals. This is the team, this is the style, and this is the product, right? Rather than a big block of text like clients will usually send. So the first part of the process is understanding the brief and writing down the deliverables, which is what we did. And this step could take anywhere from 10 minutes to half an hour. It's not negligible steps. It's not something you can skip. Like you really have to take your time to break it down and understand what you're doing. Okay. So now we're gonna find inspiration and start writing down our visual syntax for this shot. Okay. So the visual syntax is something I cover in the training here. So it's under the deliver model, and it's this part: style, subject, action, scene, camera, brand. Okay, the 6 ingredients we use. So we're gonna use that to inform the creative direction that we're taking. Okay, so I'm just gonna write it down, and then you'll see what I mean. Okay. And we need to find some inspiration as well, because well, this brand doesn't have much like going for itself in terms of visuals, so I need to find inspiration externally. So what I could do, I could look at other brands and how they did it. So let's have a look first, and then we'll look on Pinterest as well. Okay, so this is one brand from my niche research, which is called Beard Care Club. Okay, so this is stock photography. It's not very interesting. Yeah, nothing there. Let's go for the second one. Yeah, again, there is nothing there. Can you hear the neighbor's dog in the background?
Yeah, I can.
It's
That
annoying.
is,
Is it as
that,
annoying for you as it is
uh,
for me?
n- not too much, no.
Okay. Yeah.
For me, it's like natural sound.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I
It's
have a dog
nature.
too,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah. I can't do anything about it anyway. So I like this shot. I just took it as a reference.
mhm.
Not that it's really what I want, but I don't know. There's something good about it. Maybe the
Yeah.
bar and the atmosphere, the beard is nice as well. So let's have a more look. I have 4 more brands to check. So they don't have a lot of lifestyle imagery. This brand.
Yeah, but that's good. So they really need them. They don't.
Yeah, I really need them. Like this one has some. Like they did some effort. Okay, this one looks a bit more like it. Yeah, this is a bit more tidy, you know. This is like for if you want a very stylish beer. It's not as rough as I think this client here, which is looks a bit
Hmm.
more not natural but more raw. Okay, let's have a look at a last one. Yeah. Okay, so now let's type on Google. So beard care oil. No, it's wax, which is for biker. Let's see if there is something. Okay, so you see this shot here.
Yeah, good.
This is interesting. Okay, so
Yes.
I will probably save that. Um, let's see this here. Okay, so here is good for the look, the very long beard and the black hat with the writing like is it like Gothic writing or this kind of a font? Okay, I don't really like this one, but I like the bike and the pose. Is it here? And here, I think this is a good brand example. So this is a beard balm, and you can see for their marketing, they use this kind of image, although this is a stock image, so I don't think it doesn't show the brand in any way, but it's kind of the idea we're going for, you know, and if I
Yes.
were to do a full creative strategy, like there might be a market for like build biker angle marketing, you know. Like this one, they seem to do a lot of uh different team, but it's interesting. Okay, let's find a couple more example. Let's look on Pinterest. Build biker. Yeah, so apparently it's a thing, which makes sense. Like a lot of bikers have big beards. I don't know why. So that could be a good market to target. Okay. All right.
There's some tough guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Tough crowd.
Uh,
All right. So the style is gonna be something like editorial photography. Like I could check in the school if you go to the deliver module and in the quick reference library at the bottom, we have a style. There's a style reference here. So let me see. Yeah, I think golden hour would be too much. Vintage as well. So yeah, I'll probably be something in that area, editorial photography, because it's for a PDP page. So what we're doing is visual um, for the product details page for this page, or was it this for this page? So it needs to be well. It's good if it's professional photography. Like we don't need to go UGC or all amateur. So the subject is gonna be a biker with tattoo. Okay. Um, is wearing a black t-shirt with what do you call this kind of is it like hard rock or
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
what do you call this kind of it's like is it hard rock, this kind of music? I don't recall.
Yes, you could
Hard
call
rock
it.
t-shirt. Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but
Or-
that,
But it's
no, it's not
metal.
metal. Yeah, that's the one. Metal rock t-shirt. Yeah, yeah, that's it. So he's wearing a black metal rock t-shirt. Like I could also take this to ChatGPT and ask him to analyze, right? So that works as well. Um, but if you can do it manually as well. This is just to give you like guidance, so you don't
Hmm.
start from code, but you have like an idea of your creative direction. So black metal rock t-shirts with bikers tattoos on his arms, on his big arms. Okay, so big muscular biker with tattoo. Already say that. Black metal t-shirts. Like I could do the haircuts, uh, bald or shaved. Or I could do like this one, but I don't know you call this haircuts. Hmm.
But it's rather short, and so the beard looks more impressive. That's what I can see.
With this
But
picture,
yeah, the most pictures that we looked at is not like all the hair are long, and with the beard is
yeah,
well, it tends to be they put more focus on the beard, and the main hair are shorter
yeah. I think it's like
or shaved.
Mohican haircut. No, it's not really that. It's not now. Yeah, I'm not good with haircut. Okay, let's say haircut shaped on the side and top hair like it gelled to the back, so it's kind of has gel on it. And for the t-shirt, I'm gonna use like a leather jacket, right? So he has piercings as well,
And how did
nose.
it? Yeah,
Sorry?
this wrist around the wrist. This
Yeah,
how do you
wrist
call it?
like jewelry around the wrist, jewelry on the wrist, and the band, right? This stuff like
Yeah, yeah, exactly with the leather
leather
band.
bands. Yeah, just to get a feel for it. And these are details like I don't have in my head, so I really need to go through it and write them down. So the action, so is adjusting his beard or like caressing his beard, and then the scene. So let's have a look. Where are these guys from?
Now my dog is barking as well. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Surviving exiles. Yeah, I'm trying to see if they did give any hint on their location. Yeah, I think it's American. I would say it's America. So let's go back to our visual syntax. So this location is going to be America. Is going to be how do you call that area in Middle America? The the rural area. It's the belt, the Rust Road, or Rust Belt, Rust Belt. Oh my god, let's check. Yeah, it's the Rust Belt. Okay, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania. All right, so that's kind
Oh,
of
okay.
yeah, it's all the
I did not.
inside of America, like the rural area, right? Because
Ah,
this is not gonna be, well, it could be California, but I don't know.
I never heard that expression with the Rust Belt.
Yeah, I think it's because it used to be a manufacturing area. So, metal becomes rust kind of stuff. The camera, I think I want some low angles. I think that's how you call it. Oh, Dutch angle, is it? You call it something different in French, yeah. That's low angle. Dutch is different, I think. Yeah, that's different. So I
What is
want some,
Dutch angle, basically?
yes,
What's it?
this kind of topsy-turvy turned around. It's more like for cinema.
Uh-huh.
But here it's low angle, like this. This also
Yeah.
is low angle. So I think that looks good. And the branding, they don't really have anything about their brand here. It's a lot of black. Yeah, so it's a lot of black. You know, I could do that. Okay, so that will give me one good shot. And I could already do the second shot. So this was the lifestyle visual. And the second shot would be the product um, photography, product visual. And I want to do something like this one here. So pretty simple, easy to do. And the first one is like something like this here. Okay. So at least now I have a direction. I know roughly what I want to do. For the product, the subject is gonna be the beard. What was it? Wax. It's gonna be the beard wax and action on a road, on an American road, like Road 66. Seeing Harley Davidson in the background, bokeh effect, camera low angle, brand, yeah, some black. Okay. Now I could go deeper. Yeah, so Road 66 often have these yellow markings,
Mm-hmm.
So I could add this with yellow markings. Okay, and here I said America Rust Belt. Like if we go deeper, we can find like uh most famous biker spot on Road 66. Okay, they said Siba Station. And yeah, that could be a good spot. Because like when you go to that extent of finding real location, it's really when you start Siba Station. Let's write it down here.
You show that you explore the topic.
Yeah, exactly. Show that you explore the topic, like especially with the client. Like if you have a generic location, it's okay. But if you can show like a real life location that the client is gonna know, because the client is part of that culture. So for them, it's obvious. This kind of location. For me, I have no clue until I do the research. And so, like, I would kind of like for a client where I'm doing a lot of work, I would spend a bit of time understanding, what are the main spots, and you know why they matter, and try to get into the head of the ICP essentially. So yeah, here they say Siba Station, Hackberry General Store. Let's see if we find any other good location. Yeah, that's a good one. You can see that's kind of typical of what you'll see in a movie, or
Yes.
so
Wow.
yeah, we're probably gonna go for that. So we're gonna go for Road 66, Blackberry General Store. Okay. So again, it's in the details, because I could have skipped all these steps and just went to design and say create an image of a biker, you know, holding this product, and caressing his beer. And I'll probably do that to show you an example. But then when we go to this length of details, then we have something a lot more interesting in the end. And that's where I make the difference. So I'm gonna delete this because I'm not gonna use this in any ways, shape or form. I'll keep this. I like the angle on this one. Okay, cool. So we got a couple of visuals. We got some cool locations. So now we're gonna go in design and create the brands and campaign. Um, so I'm gonna go on the brand page, and we actually have a new UI coming up soon. I'm gonna show you in a second. But for now, the main principle here is that we're creating a new brand, and we're gonna try to import from the website. So they don't have much branding, so I don't think we'll pick up anything from there. But okay, and just click on analyze URL. So essentially in design, we're gonna create a brand, and within that brand, we can create campaigns. Okay, so this Road 66 thing could be a campaign, or it could be a campaign for this product, the wax product. So let's have a look. So brand name, Stay Bearded, that's accurate. Grooming and personal care. Target audience, bearded men of all ages um, who embrace what lifestyle? A rugged masculine lifestyle and signature grooming products. So this is very wide as far as the target audience, but their website doesn't give us much, so we're not really sure. We're actually going more for the biker. So more like, well, I'm going to do just bearded bikers, be more precise. Yeah, disruptor, edgy. So accent color. I don't think that's accurate. I think it was more like black. So accent color is kind of the main color. Text and UI color is kind of gray, and surface is the background. So that's white. That's more accurate here. And then visual style. So I don't want burgundy, I want black. Rugged masculine aesthetic, mirror reflection, well groomed, long beard, dark dramatic lighting, outdoor earthy textures, bold confident mood, black hoodie, apparel with graphing prints, natural wood and dark stone surfaces. So this is not bad, but I will just go through everything here. Okay. So let me have a second. So crimson is kind of red. So I'm not gonna use crimson. So deep black, rugged masculine aesthetic. Yeah, I think they took the image from the home page. It analyzed that image where there is a guy taking a picture of himself in the mirror, and it kind of gave that vibe. Let me show it. What is it called? Stay bearded. Yeah, so you see the AI brand analysis, it goes through the page. So it just saw
Mhm.
this, and it's like, okay, this is a brand image, but yeah, I don't think this is. I don't think they put much thought into this. So that's why all of this comes, right? So let me see in the presets here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for editorial fashion. All right. And then in the and then click on create brand. And then I'm gonna create a chat, a campaign, and it's gonna be for the product, which is Stay Bearded Stash Wax. Okay, and then in the instructions, I'm just gonna copy and paste what I have written here. To delete that, that's an image. So I'm just
Copy the
copying.
whole
Yeah,
text or yeah,
yeah,
for
just copied the whole text here. I'm just
so for
removing
for
the.
all 3 pictures?
Yeah, for all I just have two now for now. But I just copied that, and I could copy that as
Mhm.
well, just to give some context to the AI. Now, I could do better and summarize it, I could take this, like take all this, go to ChatGPT and say, summarize this visual style for me for to give campaign instructions to my AI. That's probably a lot cleaner, so I could use that. That's essentially the same. It's just that my this is better organized, than my notes, right? So
Mhm.
they build it works. Okay. So now the AI has some context, which is always useful. And now it's been created. So if I click here in the recent in the chat, I can go to the campaign and let me see the next step. Okay, so design. Okay, next step is product preparation. Okay, because and for this, I'm gonna go to the V2. Hope it won't be too confusing to people, but the product preparation is better in there if it works. Um, Actually, I'll show you in V1. That's okay. I'll get to V2 later. Um, so product preparation refers to the part where we get the product from the client. So for us, is this one. So it's just we're gonna download this product first. Um, we're gonna give it a good name, stash wax. Um, I'm just gonna call it above because it's from above. And then, or I could have called it open, closed. Okay, so we'll have two. We'll have the open one and we'll have the closed one. So now I'm gonna do for product preparation. So in the V1 version of design, which by the time you watch this video might be no longer available, but I'll still show you. You go to your brands, so stay bearded, and you go to product prep here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And here you upload your source images. So I'm gonna upload this image here, and then I'm gonna add more. So oh yeah, the other one is a file I'm not is not familiar with. So let me open it. It's a AVIF file, so I can't open this. So I'm just gonna screenshot it. And so yeah, product prep refers to the part where we name, we upscale, and we essentially prepare the images because the input of AI photography affects the output very much. So if your input has too much noise or is of low quality, and by noise I mean things which are not the products in this case, then the output is gonna absorb that noise and it can be reflected in the output. And also, if it's low quality, the input, the output will be low quality. So that's why we do the product prep. Okay, so what we do first is we rename the product. Okay, so we have open, we have closed. Then we click on it, and here we'll check for the size. So the size is 1500 times 2000. So anything above 1500, 2000 is okay. Like if the size was like 100 times 100, it will be too small. Okay, so you want to aim around 1500 pixels at least, right, on the size. And to do this, you can use the upscale button. Okay, so when you do the upscale, it will upscale this. We could also remove the background, so let's try that. All right. And so this is the product prep. It's essentially just yeah, product hygiene or image hygiene. We want to make sure it's high enough resolution. So we're aiming for at least 1500 pixels on one side. If it's like 200 pixels or 500 pixels, it's usually too small, and it means it's going to be a bit blurry, and it means the details are not going to show well in the output.
It takes quite some time for the background.
Yeah, yeah, it takes a while. Okay, so the background is removed, so that's fine. I can click on use this version and then approve, and then go back here. Now for this one, again, I open it, I check the size is okay, so I don't need to do much in that case. Like what I did mainly was rename the file. That's important for your own organization later. When you come back in a month's time and you forgot about everything, having good names is just gonna make it easier. Um, I could, yeah, let's remove the background on this one for good measure as well. But yeah, product prep is always part of the workflow. Like when you skip it, oftentimes you get results which are bad and you waste a lot of time. Okay, so this didn't work, so I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna discard. So what I would do, I would say I can edit this text here. So I'll try to remove extra instructions.
Yeah, that was strange that it did unsharpen it, the text.
Yeah. Like I could say remove the background from the wax object or the wax can or from this product. Like sometimes you have to play with the wording. It's not perfect. But this is not too bad. Like this is there was not so much visual noise, so I could get away with this image. But yeah, I just like to follow like a process. So it's always the same. Like for instance, if this was my product image, and let's say my product is the red car here, right? This is way too much. So that's why we need to remove that noise.
Yes.
No, it changed the color too much. Okay, so I'm gonna discard that. I'm not gonna use it, and I will check that prompt to see that we don't have this issue. But what I can do instead, I can crop it as well. So this way I have less of the noise. All right, and then approve. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So I got some image and I got one which is okay as anyway. This one on the right. And so now essentially what I want to do is to save two ingredients. Okay, so I click on this here, and this will save these images to my ingredient list. All right. All this UI with the shots, we're removing this in the next version, so you don't have to worry about it. So that's essentially the product prep. So now, if I go to my brand, which is this one, and I check in the ingredients panel, I will have my products which are ready to use here. Okay. So what I can do, because I gave a good bit of instruction in the campaign, I can click here, read brief, and suggest ideas. And we'll have the AI have a look. Okay. So here what we did is we rename, check resolution is superior to 1500 pixels on one side, and upscale if needed, remove background if needed, crop if needed. Goal is to remove visual noise. Okay. Yeah, this is the adventure, so I think we're gonna go for that. Okay, so we can start with the scenes. It's usually how I like to start before we get into the models and the product. Okay, so let's create some scenes, like location shots of. We wrote it down. Yeah, Agberry General Store. If you're familiar with it, several angles, and also some shots of Road 66, like in the middle of nowhere. For the model, I'm gonna use Nano Banana 2. This is usually the good middle ground. And for the resolution, I'm gonna use 2K. And for the size, I'm gonna use this one, Portrait 3.4. This usually deep.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Why did you use that one? this, or which one do you
Um,
use? Yeah,
so yeah, so
when?
this is something we should have determined here when we wrote down the deliverables. So essentially, like this is the aspect ratio. So it depends of where your client is gonna use them. So if we have a look on their website,
Mm-hmm.
these are vertical pictures. This is kind of like the Instagram format right now, and this is this format, 3 by 4, essentially.
Okay.
So usually you want to match what your. Sometimes the clients forget to say what they want. Like in this case, it wasn't say, so I should have wrote it down. But yeah, you want to make a conscious choice about it and make sure it gets
To
somewhere.
match the pictures that the client
Yeah,
uses
that you
on their website.
provided or whatever they want to use. If they want to use for Instagram, then it should be Instagram format. Or if their website is like landscape, then obviously you should use landscape. So okay, and of one Agberry and two without people, just focus on location shots first. Okay, and I turned on plan mode here, which is gonna help me fine tune my my shots essentially.
Mm. But you turned it off, or
I
with the
turned
plan
it
mode? I
on.
never. You turned it on, and
Yeah,
it,
it's in the chat input. I'll show you when it's done. But
yeah.
so basically now it's gonna ask me some questions to clarify. It can help in some case because I'm not really sure where I'm going, so it's gonna give me a better direction. So creative direction, so photographic style, gritty documentary, cinematic editorial, golden hour, magic. So I'm gonna go for cinematic editorial. Then the scene, we're gonna do for midday, harsh sun, location, both equally, and then camera angle, low and wide, or mix of angles. All right, loaded. Okay, so that's just the plan mode. Just helps me to be more precise rather than being vague. So that can help sometimes. Hmm. Yeah, these are good. Yeah, I could work with these. Like what I would do normally, I would generate um, a few more shots because like 4 shots is not enough. Like typically for scenes, I would probably create like at least 10 shots, right?
Hmm.
Just to have a good variety. But for the purpose of this tutorial, it's enough, I think. Okay, let's wait for it to go through. And then we're gonna work on the models. Mm, mm, mm. And sometimes it's overthinking. Like I think now it could well stop here, but it's still okay. Okay, so what I would do is I would choose a couple. So I would choose like I would go through them. Like I would star the one I like. So just click as favorite here. And I'll star this
Yeah.
one as well. And I will save them as ingredients as well. So they go to my ingredient list, and I will show
Mhm.
you how that plays together in a second. Okay, so now let's create some models. Um, so big muscular biker, black metal rock, leather jacket, biker tattoos, haircut shape on the side, out to the back, piercing nose, uh, with big beard that he takes care of. That's well taken care of. And so I will say I need five concepts. Okay. And I'm running out of battery and plug my need to plug my thing. Okay, so yeah, actually I mean five different bike girls outfits, etc. based on brief. So I'm telling him I need several shots so that he can create several shots for me, several bike girls. So I'm not sure which
Mhm.
one I'm gonna go for. So late 40s, early 30s, mid 40s, early 50s. Yeah, that's perfect. So yes, generate all five. I would say like put them on white background, like in a studio, so that we can focus on the characters. Because right now we're not worrying too much about the location is something different. And
And it's always good to put it in a studio setting, right?
like
If
I
you put it
prefer,
because you put it later on in the lifestyle scene.
yeah. Later on, we'll put them in the location we just shot.
So
Um,
so is is it not perfect then to put it always in a if you or have only the model to put it in a studio setting?
is it not sorry what?
Um, like you did it now, to
Mm-hmm.
the background, like, make it like a studio.
Yeah, white background, white studio
We could
background.
always do that.
Yeah, you could always do that. Like I always do that.
Yeah.
It's just for me, it's easier to focus on one thing. Like I focus on the person, and I don't want all the noise with the background and stuff. And I don't want to have to prompt for all the background. So yeah, I find it's better. And also, so normally I use the comp card recipe. Wait, sorry, I need to plug my laptop. One second. Okay, I think it's
But
good.
but this time the model should be the biker with the bike, or not? And then you
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I didn't think of that. You're probably right. Yeah, I can. Like you could break it down as much as you can. It's always better. So normally, what I would do, I would probably create the bike separately, right? And I
hmm
would look at bike models. Which model do we want? Which model is popular right now for this type of audience? Which model has the most clout or the most respect? I don't know anything about bikes, so I'll need to spend a bit of time to understand. Okay, we go for Harley Davidson, but which Harley Davidson? Like, which is the you know um so we can have a look where what this goes. So which Harley Davidson is best, as the most cloud for a road 66 trip with real bikers? Okay, so Harley Davidson a road glide. Okay, which is, I wouldn't have felt about that one for sure. Okay, so yeah, so I would probably do that separately as well. Like do the bike separately. I could actually save
but
this image and use this
yeah.
as is.
But if we would have looked before, we could have put it together, create a biker on that specific bike, on that
Yeah,
motorcycle. That would work too.
yeah, yeah. The main point, like I should have done this in this section, in this part, right? So for the subject, I would have had Harley Davidson Road Glide. It's just these details you don't want to leave to the AI to figure out, because otherwise he'll just put any Harley Davidson, right? And this is not what we want to do.
And they created always the hand on the beard.
Yeah, I think I gave it the pose to be caressing the beard.
Yeah.
Like, I think I like this one better. Okay, so let me save this one while this is going through. We're still missing one shot here. I think the API is probably slow today. Um,
Why do you
yeah,
crop it in that case and you don't use the whole picture?
yeah. No, this is just for my notes. You know,
Yeah,
so I
okay.
I I will use the all in the final, but this is
Yeah,
just for me to have a visual, like, history of what I go through. It makes it easier for me.
okay.
Um, yeah, the last one didn't go through. Yeah, let's give it a second. It's trying again. Probably the API is down. So I get the bike as well. Okay, and so we're gonna start maybe with the product visual. This is probably the easiest one here. Again, I go back to my deliverables. I know I have a product shot and a couple of lifestyle shots. So I'm just gonna go for the product shot first. So editorial photography of Beardwax products. Um, is gonna be Low Angle and Harley Davidson Road Glide in the background. Okay. Kind of all look the same, so I would keep going here. I'm not too happy with that round, to be honest.
Yes.
Like I could give him a reference, like the one we find, and say make it more like him. Like you
Mhm.
don't want to use someone likeness, so whenever you use AI, you just say, make sure it looks different, right? And then yourself make sure they look different. Like you never want to use anyone's
That
likeness
yes.
because that's just problems for yourself and for the brand.
Mhm.
But I much prefer this style here, so I would probably like ask him to go through and create a man like this. So now we'll put it all together. So okay, let's create some product shots first of our product on the road 66 road, low angle, with Harley Davidson road glide in the background. Okay, I'll just paste that prompt I started building, and now I go to my ingredients, and we're gonna set up the ingredients properly. Okay, so I have my ingredients here. So what I'm missing here is I need to tag them properly. Okay, so if I go here to edit, I can, oh, why won't it won't let me edit the tag for some reason.
Mhm.
Okay, that's probably time to go to V2 because I think this version. So this is essentially the V2 version of design, which is it's the same features, but it's just organized in a more streamlined way
Mhm.
according to our workflow. So, like for instance, the main image has much more space, so we can better see the image. There is like zoom features, and now the ingredients are here, so it's quick and easy to access them. So we were looking at the tags here. Okay. So yeah, so here I'm just tagging the product. So instead of product pret, I'm gonna call it product. Um, it's a small thing, but again, if you come back in a month to work for the same client, you're gonna be happy you did that, right? So these are the location or the scenes. I'm gonna tag
Yes.
it as scenes. And then this way it's easier to see what's what, and you'll be able uh, to sort the images as well. Okay, and this guy is the model. So this is all like file hygiene kind of stuff, which is very useful. So you see here it says generated image, blah blah blah. So I will probably rename that, and I'll call it like Alan model. It's yeah, it's not the most fascinating part of it, but again, when you have, it's okay when you have like 5 ingredients, but what you'll find with clients is after a month you'll have like 20 ingredients and none of them has correct names. it just becomes very hard to manage.
Hmm.
I'm going to call this a prop. So now if I click on the product tag, I can see just the product. So it will help me go faster when I start working on this. Okay, so let's try to generate our visual here. So I just pasted my prompt. Let's create some product shots of our product on the Road 66 low angle Harley Davidson Road Glide in the background bokeh. Okay. So of our product, I'm gonna select it here. Uh, yeah, I think it's ambitious actually because this is a very small product. This might not be the best shot. Road 66 and Road Glide. Okay, resolution. I'm gonna choose again 3.4 here, 2K, and Nano Banana 2. Okay. And so yeah, we'll do that on the other one, then we'll be done with the workflow. No, it's just a case of yeah, doing it step by step because I could have gone to this step directly. So what is saying? One concept on the crack asphalt, low angle, Harley Davidson sitting in the background. Yes, generated. Do like 3 concepts, 2 variation each. So yeah, I could have done all directly, just say in one prompt, but I wouldn't have got all these details. Finding the Road 66, the the bike, preparing the product images. Although these ones are okay, I didn't need to do much preparation with them. But if you try to do it without these steps, then these steps are long. Like you see, it took us almost an hour and a half just to start generating images, right? So it's a long time. But if you don't do them, then you might spend like 10 hours regenerating and regenerating and regenerating until you get to a result.
Yeah.
So that's why I follow these steps, even though they are painful, they are boring, annoying, but it makes a big difference because otherwise you might use low quality image, so the result will be off, and you're gonna keep asking to the AI, try it again and try it again. Um, or the location might be random, and your client won't like it. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
just
and you also learn about a brand and get maybe some ideas
yeah.
about the image that you want to create while looking.
Yeah. No, it
Um,
teaches you
right.
about the brand, and that's your work. That's why people hire you. It's not just to go to ChatGPT and say, create an image, because that's anybody can do, right? But what I just showed you, this workflow, not anybody can do it because it's much more work, essentially. Okay, so that's coming through now. And this is usually the time in my workflow where this is when I turn on YouTube or a video, because like the first time preparation is you need to be focused, you need to think through, you need to use critical thinking. But the second part is generation, and it can take a while with AI, because our AI goes through a bunch of processes here. Sometimes the API that we use, there's too many people using it, so it's a bit slower.
Mhm.
So that part can be long. Like you can spend an hour just, doing like uh, 10, 20 variations. And this is more about iterating than critical thinking and planning, you know. So at this stage in my workflow, this is when I can allow myself to get slightly distracted. I stay focused, but like when a step like this takes like 3, 4 minutes, I'm not just, yeah, I mean, I can
Waiting.
stare at the screen for 4 minutes, but I can put some background music, or have something that just makes it a bit more palatable, to go through this work. Because yeah, this is the part where it's just a waiting game. Essentially, it's no longer critical thinking.
Hmm.
Okay? Because we did all the work ahead, and these shots are pretty amazing. Like I would
Yeah,
send I
they're
would
good.
send this to this guy. This potential this if I was doing some sample work for him, I'm sure they'll be interested. Like I could send this work to them right now and say, I made these visuals. Do you want more? And I'll probably do, to be honest, because it's here now. They'll probably like it. Okay, so yeah, the API is really slow today. There must be something of who our providers with Nano Banana. But I think the shots are pretty good. This one not so good. This one is okay. It's very bright, but I really like this one.
This one turned out very good.
Yeah, and one of these two. Probably this one here. And I still have, how many shots did I ask for? Don't recall. I think 5 shots. Yeah, I still have 2 more shots left coming. So let's wait a couple of minutes, and if it doesn't go, then we'll just move on to the next one. Because actually, let's just move on to the next one. So I'll just stop it here. Okay. And now I will star this image here. And we could have a look, like we could zoom in of the new UI here. And this is a very good shot. So I'll be happy with that. Okay. So now we have the last shot we want to do before we can wrap this one up. And it was a lifestyle shot. So I think we nailed this one, what we wanted to do. Essentially, we accomplished that. And the last one was this one. Okay, so sorry. So let's write this down again just to be sure. So editorial photography. So I don't need to describe all of this anymore. Oh, actually, yeah. Biker, black metal rock leather jacket, biker tattoos, shaved on the side. So this I don't need to describe. So if you watch the training on the multimodal anchoring nature of AI photography, which is this training right here,
Hmm.
you'll see that what's inside an image, I don't need to describe anymore, right? So
Yes.
because I'm gonna use this biker here, I don't need to say he has short hair on the side and long hair on top, or he has a beard,
Hmm.
because that's already there, right? I only
Yeah.
describe what I want to add, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add jewelry. He already has leather bands, so I'm not gonna describe that. So it's a biker on his Harley Davidson Road Glide. Is adjusting his beard and showing off the stay bearded wax stash wax in his other hand. So adjusting his beard with one hand and showing off with his other hand. The Seed Hackberry store, camera low angle. Okay, so this gives us a good direction. So I'll remove these visuals. And so what you can do, you can also add here in the chat, and this works with the old chat as well. So we're gonna do add the model in the Hackberry store, or in front of the Hackberry store, holding this one, the image tree, stay bearded stash wax, and on his Harley Davidson. So what I'm doing here, I'm referencing the image number for the AI so that it knows which images to use. And so this just makes it easier for the AI. Like in the previous shot, I didn't do it because there was only 3 elements, but sometimes with multiple elements, you need to help it, right?
Hmm.
Okay, and then I'll post all that in. That's it. Should be enough to figure it out. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just wait a minute for this to go through, and then it's a wrap essentially.
Well, I'm curious now how it will turn out.
Yeah, the final shot. Let's see. So, placing the model in front of the Hackberry General Store, seated on his Harley Davidson, one hand adjusting his beard, the other, blah, blah, blah. Low angle. Yeah, it's perfect. Um, so now it's doing just one concept. Like, I like to have several concepts, so try to do like 5 concepts, like of this, right? So, we'll have different variations. Maybe he's not sitting on his Harley Davidson, but standing in front of it. So I could give it the different concepts, but I'm just gonna leave it at, like, let the AI figure it out. Okay. Yeah, so you say like from straddling the Harley to leaning against it, right? So that's different shots. Yeah, generate all 5. There you go. Yeah, and I needed 2 lifestyle visuals, so I'll probably refer to that. Always make sure you refer to your deliverables. And depending on how long the campaign is, like if it's a long-term campaign with a client, maybe like each step you will talk to the client. So like for instance, well, not this step, not the deliverables, but when you start doing the locations, you might generate like 10, 20 locations. Select a few images you like and then send to the client for review. Like, are these locations okay? Or when you do the models, like create 5, 10 models and ask the client to review it. So then like the workflow
Yeah.
can be broken down like this as well. Like with some
Yeah.
clients, I will start with the models, and I will first send them the models. Depend how big is the job really. If it's a small job, then do it all at once like we do here. But if it's a bigger job, then you want to make sure that you get them on board all the way through, right? So they have some agency over
Okay.
this.
Then you don't have to do iterations. Most likely,
Yeah,
if they see it before and
exactly.
they,
Yeah,
they like
yeah,
already the model and the scene.
yeah, yeah. Especially if they are paying like a lot of money, they are gonna want to make sure they select the model. Oh, so this is
Yeah.
very weird. He has 3 hands. Let's not look
Yeah.
at that. So this one is a good shot. I like this. His body is a bit weirdly positioned, so I'll probably keep on doing more shots like this. But like the creative direction, everything is on point. Now it's just like AI defects. That we can, yeah, we'll need to iron out. I think the first shot is okay. This shot doesn't work at all.
Yeah, it looks very
It looks weird.
artificial.
Yeah. Well, that's more a matter of like more generation, more shots.
Oh,
Like
this one is
I
strange too.
yeah, I think the
It.
picture of the bike is breaking it. It's too much.
Mhm.
So I would probably regenerate that without the bike. I mean, I would without attaching a picture of a bike. Because when it tries to attach that picture,
It
it
messes
just
it up.
it just messes it up. So, but yeah, I could work with that one, and then on a shot like this, I'll probably spend another half hour, trying to get it right. You know.
And you
So
could also create a similar scene from, or maybe just change a detail from that picture, from that image. You can use it as a reference now for further images.
sorry.
Um, we can also use that image now as a reference
Yeah,
for further images,
yeah,
and
yeah,
change
indeed,
a few points.
indeed. Yeah, so that's the whole process essentially. So now it'll just be iteration. So I'll just try a few different things, but the creative direction is good to go, essentially. Like a client would be very happy with that kind of work, essentially. So just generating some more shots. So that's just told him, I just removed the Harley Davidson image because I think it messed up the shot. And just tell him to use any Harley Davidson. But yeah, I got a couple of good shots that I think a client coming from here, that's his base imagery, and now going to something more like this will be happy with. We'll be very happy with.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that concludes the workflow training.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, covers everything. So what I'll do is I will paste all the notes that I've put here under this video if I can. Whenever it gets published to the website, I'll add the notes so that if you want to follow along, you can follow along.
Great.
And what else? And I will also edit this video. I'll probably do some edits so it's easier to work out. Okay. So yeah, this will need more tries, but we'll get there. I'll post the final images once I get them in the chat.
Oh yeah, that's great. I'm
Yeah.
curious. And what will it be next time? Also a workflow again, or?
Yeah, I think next time. So what I want to do for this is, really show the work. Because I think that kind of helps. So I like to do workflow for a few different niches. So this is more for, this is like cosmetics products. So maybe we do one for jewelry, we do one for animal related stuff, and also I'll have some live which will be more about the outreach, to kind of show that side as well, like how I do outreach, but which will be probably a bit shorter, because the outreach is not. I don't go as far. Well, it would be boring to watch me do outreach for 2 hours, So yeah, it will be a mix of workflow and outreach.
Great.
But yeah, some of these turned out pretty good.
Oh yeah, now it's there already. Okay.
Yeah, so that's very editorial photography, but I could work with that. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching the training, and let me pause the recording so I can debrief.